Ladies and gentlemen, directing your attention to the paddock where the horses are now coming out of the track for our 14th and feature race of the evening. This is the 10th annual Battle of Lake Erie. This is a free-for-all invitational pace. They're racing a mile for $100,000. On this race, trifecta and the perfecto wagering, and there are no changes. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we of Northfield Park would like to acknowledge those of you throughout the United States and Canada at tracks and off-track betting outlets joining us for tonight's Battle of Lake Erie via simulcast. This is our 10th annual War on the Shore over the flying turns here at Northfield Park. Our parade marshal, Aaron Irvin, brings the battlefield postword. He carries a lifetime 150-1 earnings over $466,000. All by Craig Lipka, the MJG Racing Stables Incorporated, and Richard Lerner. Trained by Luca Derrico, driven by David Pallone. Number 1 is Island Glow. He carries earnings over $302,000, a lifetime best 52-4. Owned by Marcus M. Ernst of Bloomfield Hills, Michigan. Trained and driven by Keith Crawford. Number 2, Vacationing. Owned by the Peter Pan Stables Incorporated of Pepper Pike, Ohio. His lifetime mark is a 153, earnings over $595,000. Trained by Noel Daly, driven by Hervé Leon. Number 3 is Broadway Jake. His lifetime mark is a 151-1, earnings over $169,000. Owned by Tanya F. and Ted D. Parker, Elyria, Ohio. Trained by Greg McNair and driven by Joe Essick Jr. 4 is Lusty Leader. His lifetime mark is a 53-2, earnings over $169,000. Owned by John Leahy and William Blessing, both of Illinois. Trained and driven by Joe Anderson. 5 is Next Bonus Day. Owned by the Village Jiffy Syndicate, Inglewood, Ontario. Earnings over $1,210,000, a lifetime mark of 51-4. Trained by William Wellwood, driven by Paul McDonnell. Number 6 is Village Jiffy. His lifetime mark, 152-2. Earnings over $347,000. Owned by Ray Schnitker, the Seal Stable, Kelks Incorporated, and Joseph Galensky. Is trained and driven by Ray Schnitker, number 7, Calypso Beat. And completing the 1995 battlefield, owned by R. Peter Heffring, Edward H. Lohmeyer, John Stoddard, and John Van Kirk. He has earnings nearing $2 million, a lifetime best of 150-4. Trained by William Robinson, driven tonight by Jack Moiseyev. Number 8 is Pacific Rocket. There you have the starting field for the 10th annual War on the Shore, the Battle of Lake Erie. Wager right now.
Good evening and welcome to the 10th annual $100,000 Battle of Lake Erie at Northfield. We've got a very talented field of 8. Combined earnings of over $5.1 million, and the draw makes this race even more interesting. The two big hitters, the 6 Village Jiffy and the 8 Pacific Rocket, scoring from the outside in this 8-horse field on a half-mile track. I think Village Jiffy is going to work out the trip to win this one for Paul McDonnell. You see in his last start, he was parked all the way by Pacific Rocket, but he draws inside his main foe tonight, and I think he will get the job done. For second, the 4 Lusty Leader, the locally owned horse, purchased for a mere $3,000. It has earned nearly $100,000 $170,000. I'm going to pick him for the play spot and for show the 8 Pacific Rocket, probably the best horse in the field, but a grueling trip is in front of him from post 8 with 7 talented rivals inside of him. 6-4-8 here in the battle.
Ted Shoes, Mr. Ted Shoes, please go at once to the switchboard reception window on the first floor grandstand. Ladies and gentlemen, the starter has just called the Pacers for the 14th and feature race of the evening. This is the 10th annual $100,000 Battle of Lake Erie, a free-for-all by invitation pace at 1 mile. The horses are approaching the starting gate, and the gate is rolling. The horses move in behind the wings of the starting gate. From the rail, Island Glow and Dave Pallone, Vacationing, Keith Crawford, Broadway Jade and Hervé Filion, Lusty Leader and Joe S.A. Jr., next Bonus A and Joe Anderson, Village Jiffy and Paul McDonnell, Calypso Beat, Ray Schnitkern on the outside, Pacific Rocket, Jack Moiseyev in the sulky. They are at the post. And here they come for the 10th annual War on the Shore. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Battle of Lake Erie. Ready, aim, fire! They're off in pacing, and it's Village Jiffy going for the lead. Right alongside on the outside is Pacific Rocket. In the clubhouse turn, there goes Island Glow up along the rail. And around the turn they go. Island Glow moves right out a length and a half. Village Jiffy second. The Rocket outside. Pacific Rocket is third, Vacationing away fourth. As Broadway Jade fifth. In there sixth is a Lusty Leader. Then comes next Bonus A in the trailer, Calypso Beat. They go roaring down to the quarter-mile mark of the race. At the rail, Island Glow can't hold it on the outside. Pacific Rocket takes over in 26 3/5. On that far turn the first time. Village Jiffy racing third, a length and a quarter, Vacationing fourth. Broadway Jade fifth. Lusty Leader outside is sixth. Then comes next Bonus A and Calypso Beat. They swing into the lane and start to the halfway point of the race. And bringing them down past the stands, it's Pacific Rocket out there a length and a half. Island Glow lurking second, now steadily moving on the outside. Here comes Broadway Jade. Also moving on the outside, Lusty Leader with next Bonus A, the half, 56 1/5 seconds. They hit that clubhouse turn, they're double-tiered front to back. In and out of the turn they go in her payoff, half mile. And up on top, it's the Rocket. Pacific Rocket and Jack Moiseyev. They've got a length and a half. On the outside comes Hervé with Broadway Jade along the rail, battling back Island Glow. On the outside, Lusty Leader and Jody Essig is fourth. In along the rail, Village Jiffy. The next Bonus A, Vacationing in the trailer, Calypso Beat. They're at the three-quarter mile mark of the race. They trip that beam in 1:25-1. On the turn, they're coming home in a battle Lake Erie, and a battle for the lead. Pacific Rocket at the rail. On the outside, Broadway Jade. And now here comes Lusty Leader on the outside. It's Island Glow along the rail. They're at the top of Heartbreak Lane and that long drive for the wire. Pacific Rocket bringing them down. Has that lead a half up the middle of the track. Here comes Lusty Leader. It's Lusty Leader and Jody Essig. They will take the battle tonight in 1:54. Lusty Leader, owned by Tony and Ted Parker of Elyria, Ohio, takes the 1995 War on the Shore, the Battle of Lake Erie. The photo sign is up. Hold all tickets until the result is posted and official. Joe Essig Jr., would you please return to the winner's circle with Lusty Leader. Number 6, Village Jiffy, 1 second, 1 Island Glow third. 4-6-1 is still unofficial. Ladies and gentlemen, the 1995 Battle of Lake Erie is now official on the board. Your 4-6 perfecta pays $86. Trifecta 4-6-1, $378.20. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here he is, parading back past the clubhouse. The winner of this year's Battle of Lake Erie, number 4, Lusty Leader. He's a 4-year-old bay horse by Abercrombie from Helen Buck. Owned by Tanya F. and Ted D. Parker of Elyria, Ohio. Trained by Greg McNair. And driven tonight by Jody, Joe Essig Jr. Trackside to make the trophy presentation of this year's battle winner. On behalf of Northfield Park, we have President Mr. Myron Charna, accompanied by his wife, Evelyn.
Excuse me, I'm just out of breath. 3641 8275. The 15th race, scratch the 8th.
Post time for the next race in 15 minutes. Tonight's 15th race, a special 2-mile endurance pace. You'll have trifecta and a perfecta wagering on the 15th race. 8 Padres Hanover, as Lehman has been scratched. Scratch the 8 Padres Hanover from race 15. Remember, they're racing at a distance of 2 miles, 4 times around the flying turns. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's go down to the winner's circle to Dave Bianconi for a series of very, very special interviews. David.
Thank you very much, Joe Essig Jr. First off, I just got to say, welcome home.
It feels good to be back and win this kind of race.
Jody Essig, of course, a 4-time local dash driving champion here at Northfield. Been on the road for the last couple of months. Jody, I've interviewed you probably 100 times, usually after 3 claimers, non-winners of 2, and so forth. It has to be an unbelievable feeling to come back, not just to get a drive in this race, let alone win it.
This is great. I'm really thankful to the Parkers for letting me have an opportunity to drive this horse tonight. It's really nice.
Okay, let's step over to the monitor here for a second, Jody, and watch a replay of the race. You got to wait probably just about where you expected in this field. Pacific Rocket, of course, the 4-5 favorite, stepped out directly to the lead. Really fairly soft fractions once they got past the quarter. 26-3 to the quarters, quite a fraction, but then he cruised through a 29-3 middle fraction.
Yeah, it looked pretty good the way they was going up front, but I noticed three-quarter pole Jackie asked his horse for a little pace, and he didn't respond much. And I thought right then we had a pretty good shot to get there.
Right, okay, here we are coming to the quarter right now. It's Island Glow on the lead from the rail. On the outside, that's Moiseyev and Pacific Rocket finally clearing in 26 and 3. Pallone pretty good sting on him here in the first quarter.
Yeah, that helped a lot.
Okay, right now, Jody are still sitting 6th, not even in the picture at this point. Moiseyev slows the quarter here to 29 and 3 in the second quarter. We've seen faster halves here tonight than 56 and 1 in many of the races. For all intents and purposes, this race probably should have been over if Pacific Rocket was himself tonight.
Yeah, it would have been.
And here you are getting the second over trip. That's Hervé Filion and Broadway Jate first over. Your second over with Lusty leader now, making up some ground. You still can't feel that confident, though, can you?
No, right here I was just hoping I could be second or third the way things were setting up.
Did you know you had a lot of horse, though, the entire mile?
Yeah, he felt really good and strong.
Okay, here we are past the 5/8, going down to the three-quarter mile mark. Still not that fast, a 29-second third quarter, and Broadway Jade is picking up ground, and you're following right behind him.
Yeah, trip worked out great. Cover took us just right.
Okay, right here it becomes evident when Broadway Jade actually heads Pacific Rocket, you had to know that he was done, and you were getting the perfect trip for the win.
Yeah, right here I felt pretty confident.
Here you are, you're going 3 deep already at the top of the turn.
Yeah, everything, you felt real strong right there, and I just wanted to get him out and going.
Okay, in the stretch drive, it wasn't easy. You kind of veered out fairly wide in the stretch.
Yeah, he runs out a little bit in the straightaways.
Okay, it's like a stampede down the lane, Village Jiffy sneaking through on the inside, and you held him off by a head.
Yeah, he was coming pretty quick there on the end.
Joe Essick Jr., here you are in a race with Jack Moiseyev, Hervé Filion, national drivers all over the place. Besides the people in Ohio, not that many people know who you are. Well, that's a thing of the past.
Hopefully.
Congratulations, Joe Essick Jr. and Lusty leader. Not the fastest battle ever, but the most exciting. Local boy makes good right here at Northfield with local horse. I'm going to have a quick word right now with Tanya Parker, one of the winning owners. Tanya. Yeah, give him the whip, Jody. Let him have it. I lost my voice cheering for your horse. You should be happy. Tanya Parker with me in the winner's circle. Tanya, you bought this horse for $3,000. $3,000. He made $50,000 tonight.
I can't. Well, it's been a long road and a lot of vet bills, and we've really tried hard for him, and it's really paid off.
It's every horseman's dream come true, especially, you guys, you're not dealing with horses that you pay $200,000 for. A $3,000 claimer is the cheapest we have out here, and that's what you picked this horse up for. Now you're in the winner's circle to battle Lake Erie.
It feels great, especially here in Ohio.
All right, congratulations once again to the Parkers, Joe Essick Jr., and all the connections of Lusty Leader for a great race.